Hi, welcome back to Random Lifestyle Vlog. Today I'd like to share with you some of my thoughts about this product. And this is a Tripollar Intelligent Biology Stop Facial Renewal and Rejuvenation Device. Yes. So as you can assume, it's supposed to rejuvenate your skin, make it plumper, make it firmer, just make wrinkles disappear, which is like the part I never really believed too much. But like, you know, that's something I really wanted to try. So I did, and I've been testing it for the last 8 weeks because that's the length of the treatment. And yeah, let's have a look. So the device itself looks like this. It's pretty, it's pink, and it comes with a cable you can actually change these to American and European endings. So I mean, it's quite handy when you travel a lot. That's a good thing. What you have to remember that this product, this device has to be connected to the power source all the time. You can't just charge it and then use it afterwards. It has to be connected to the power outlet when you're actually using it. So it comes with a conductive gel. This is a stop preparation gel. This is 50 mils. It's quite generous size, to be honest. You don't really need much of it. I've been using this product for like 8 weeks and I still have quite a lot in here. It probably depends on like how many parts of your body you use it on, because this is a device you can use on your whole face. You can use it on your neck, but just sides. You have to avoid the thyroid area here, and you can use it on your arms even. You don't really have to use it like on your whole face. You can just use it on target areas, which makes it a little bit more like quicker, because it really takes ages to cover your whole face. They say 20 minutes. I think sometimes it's even more than that. Yeah. So as I mentioned before, you have to connect it to the power source. Then you just press this button in here to switch it on. If you press it twice, it gives you a little bit more power. There are like 2 power settings, a normal one and then there's like a stronger one. I use the stronger one for most of the time. I started with like the normal one, but after like 2 or 3 uses, it just took too much time to do whatever it has to do, right? So there is this part that actually does all the work for you. You just you have to put that conductive gel on your skin and then do the tiny circles until this thingy here, this light blinks orange, and then it beeps too. So then you have to just stop it and just move to like another area. Yeah, tiny circles. Sometimes it just takes ages and it warms up your skin, and I think when it's like warm enough, then it just beeps. So yeah, that's the whole procedure of working with this device. And now let me just tell you about my experience with that. So the first thing that happened after like 2 uses, and don't get me wrong, this is partially my fault, or maybe like 90% my fault even, because I should have known better. This is my skin, and you know, I used it on my cheeks because I didn't really want to waste that much of my time to use it on my forehead where I don't really need it that much. I decided to use it on my cheeks and on my neck here. So after 2 uses, my cheeks got very like red, very like angry, and I didn't know what was going on. But then I realized, of course, I mean, I do have sensitive skin. My skin is usually thinner. I have this redness on my cheeks quite often, and even like spider veins. And if you have that type of skin, you should never treat it with something that warms your skin up too much or cools it down like excessively. It's just not for that type of skin. So as I said before, I should have known better. I just skipped that part. I just focused on my jawline and my neck. So the next problems appeared within like the first 2 weeks of using this device. And the problems were massive breakouts on my jawline. They were massive. They were really hard to like fight or do something with them. They were just there. And this is, I don't usually have breakouts, you know, and this was just there, annoying as. And literally, guys, I was so angry with this device by then, especially not seeing any results at the moment. So I almost stopped using that after 4 weeks. I almost stopped because I was like, what's the point? The only thing I get is like massive breakouts. I don't really see the point. But I just decided to continue just for the purpose, for the sake of this video. This was the only reason why I continued, but I decided to continue. And funny thing, the results actually came within like the next week after I just almost stopped using that. So, guys, I kind of wanted to hate this device because, I mean, there were like so many problems. I mean, partially it was my fault, partially it wasn't. I'm not really sure if the breakouts were the result of this device doing its thing, or was it just this conductive gel. I can't really compare it to anything else because I've never used anything that requires using conductive gel. So maybe this is the reaction of my skin to any conductive gel. Maybe this was this particular one, or maybe this is just a device. Not sure. I actually kind of wanted to hate it, to be able to tell you just don't buy it. This is a really bad device, that won't do anything, but it did. It did do what it says it does, so yeah. So after like a week or so, I noticed that my jawline, my skin on like the lower part of my cheeks became plumper, became firmer, more like, it just got more volume. And I'm like, I don't really know what to think now, because like I wanted to hate it, but it does work. I mean, it worked on my skin. I mean, like, full disclosure, it didn't really work on my wrinkles on my neck. But as I mentioned in the beginning, I don't really expect these products to do miracles with like wrinkles that already exist. I don't think any of these devices will be able to do anything about it. But like, you know, that if you need some volume, something like that will give you that firmer, plumper skin, then this might be actually good for you if you have a lot of free time, because it's very, very time consuming. And like, even for me, using this only on my jawline and my neck, which neck is actually quite quick, the skin is very thin there, so it just takes like a couple of minutes. But the jawline, sometimes it just takes ages. So if you want to use on your whole face, on your neck, on your arms, if you have like a lot of free time and you do like doing things like that, then you probably love it. I mean, it does what it says. I still don't know about those like breakouts. I just need to test something else with the conductive gel, which I'm going to, but I'm going to tell you a bit more about it like later on at the end of this video. But I honestly don't know what to think about it. So at this moment, I have to tell you that this is the only device. I've tested two, right? So it's not much, but this is the only device that did something with my jawline, because the LED mask didn't really cover that part. So, I mean, yeah, I'm quite happy I sorted this part. I didn't really expect the results to be so good, but there are like some annoying aspects to it. So yeah. So there's one more good thing about it. The treatment length is 8 weeks. After 8 weeks, you can use it like, I think it's like twice a month or something. So you just like not tied to it like forever. You just kind of have to like spend 8 weeks of your life doing this 3 times a week. I don't think I mentioned that you have to do it 3 times a week with there's have to be like a day break between uses. So yeah, I mean, luckily after 8 weeks you don't really have to do it that often, which is good. So I've decided that my next step will be to test this new face. I do have mini version, and this is actually a little bit similar to this device, I guess. This one is like a microcurrent, right? This is like a radio current as far as I remember. But they both use conductive gel. They both like focus on like some currents that are supposed to like firm and plump your skin. So I'm going to see if the results are similar, if it's just as time consuming as this one, and also I just want to see if the conductive gel will cause breakouts too. or maybe it's just a device itself. I don't know. I think I have to experiment a little bit with just changing the conductive gels between them. I don't know. I'm going to try this one. I'm going to get back to you in like 5 or 6 weeks or 8, or I don't know how much it's needed to finish the whole treatment. And yeah, I'm actually going to make another video with new face, and I'm going to compare it to the Tripollar Stop. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like, and please remember to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. And yeah, see you soon.